Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about the best-selling cards under five. I was actually A to Z for a second, but under $5 or less. Best-selling cards. Here's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Penny Stock Market Watch. This is the first one I've done post-May ban list, so I'm super excited to see. I know a lot of, Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch people are going crazy after the ban list. Yu-Gi-Oh! Market's been going crazy. I mean, obviously, you could just see what's the number one card on this list, and even the number 3 card as well. Ghost of the Past has also come out. The top 5 cards are all from Ghost of the Past, and there's a good reason for it, right? We look at these cards right here. Even Ferris, right? We'll even do Heat. We'll even go as far as Heat. So we'll look at all 4 of these. You can pay 1,000. 2 cyber responses with different attributes. Pay 1,000. Draw a card. Bid if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can banish this card. Special summon a link. That's not good. It's kind of hard to summon. It's not very good. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why I looked at that card. But anyway, I don't know. I felt like it had to have had a cool effect. I usually try to look at those cards like that. But if we look at Christian Halka-Fibrax, the original version, sitting at around $7, so it's obviously not a penny stock. I did just want to talk about it because it didn't get hit on the ban list. Like, I know it got limited. And I'm actually going to be doing a video about this, the best 2 decks of the format. I'm not going to be looking at that article specifically. I mean, maybe that article's correct, and we might align, but I'm going to be doing my own video, so make sure you guys subscribe for that type of content, because I will be talking about the best 2 decks of the formats, as well as my issues with this card. Because, like I said, it didn't really get hit on the ban list, and it makes sense that this card is being sought after. 34 copies right here at $4. This is definitely a solid investment going forward. Like, honestly, and I know I've mentioned this before in videos, I don't always do it, but I actually might just to have one, or maybe even 3. There's not really a reason to have 3 though, but just to gains, right? I might pick up a copy of Halka-Fibrax, because we look at it. I mean, these are the pre-sale numbers. It's probably hitting a valley. This is probably as low as going to be $2.99. Whoever got this version of the light plate for $2.99, or this one really, because it's a near mint and it was a penny cheaper. They played all of us, because it's not. This is probably the lowest it's going to be for a while. We're not going to get another ban list for a while. We just got this reprint, so we're not going to get another reprint for a while. And with the decks that got hit getting hit, it's probably possible, especially with Jet Synchron coming back, that Halka-Fibrax will be in a lot of decks going forward. We take a look at Galaxy Soldier real quick. I just wanted to look at other versions because they're in a similar spot. Not as similar though, because there was a point where this card was like a $20 card because it was just this version, right? But then we got this version, this version. I actually think this version came after, and then this version, and then this version. So this is actually a relatively cheap card. Listen, if you need it, you need it. But to be honest, it's not that fantastic of a card. Okay, so it's like a $3 card. This version's like $3. I mean, it has always maintained a decent amount of value, and I would assume that this version of that card, the Ghost in the Past Second Hunting version, is also going to maintain a good amount of value. But I wouldn't. I don't think I wouldn't go rush out and buy this. Like, this archetype is one of the very few archetypes that are not only fan favorites. I believe Zane, right? Zane Truesdale or Truesday, however you say his name. Zane plays the deck. But also, it's a good deck. Like, Cyber Dragon actually kind of got nerfed a little bit because the deck, at least versions that I saw, a lot of versions that I saw were running Verti Anaconda just in case the deck had to go first. But going second Cyber Dragon is still very powerful, and you can still use Galaxy Soldier, interacts with the archetype to an extent. At the very least, loading up your graveyard's not that bad, because cards like Power Bond, Overload Fusion, so it's a good card for a good archetype, so it'll probably maintain its value, but it's probably not going to go up too super high. And look at Vision Hero of Harris. I mean, how much more of an invitation do you want? And the version of this card just recently went down. But I would pick these up. Not these. These are not penny stocks. I would pick up these Like, I'm probably going to get a playset myself. I don't play Heroes. I would pick these up before YCS Hartford. Because it's definitely possible. Like, I don't think that Heroes are a tier 1 deck right now. But they are really good. And they did just get another Hero Lives. So, it is possible, though not likely, this deck could win YCS Hartford. But even this deck getting a top 32 at YCS Hartford, or a top 8 at YCS Hartford, this card's going to the moon. And even if none of that ever happens, you're still going to see gains, right? So at the very least, keep an eye out for this card. And especially after this weekend when the results come in, like, I wouldn't be very surprised. I mean, we take a look to see, it's been floating around that $2 mark, and then now it just started to dip under. You can get this version. I mean, only 6 sales, 0% feedback, but you can get this for $2. This version for about a little under $2. You can get one more than a playset. Does this dodge? I bet you this dodge. This is yeah, it's gonna be over $5. I have to do something real quick. I mean, don't. I will say this. Oh, Mind Master. Uh, don't ask about that. I will say this. Don't get your heart sold on this one because I might buy that. But if we go back and see once I buy those, yeah, he's got 2 copies here, 1 copy here, 1 copy there. See, that's the thing about this market watch. Like, you will never find anybody else on their own market watch buying cards. But I really do it every single week. But the reason for that is because I don't want to give you guys advice on something I wouldn't do myself. That's literally all that this is. It's not like me going like, hey, look at that card. Just as get it to go up in value because I have a bunch of it and I don't think it's that good in value. Like, it's like actually stuff that I think is going to be good. And there's a definite possibility that Vision Hero Faris, both versions will be worth over $5 within the month. Just depending on how Hero looks in the upcoming format. But even if Hero sucks, look at this. Look at this. Look at what this card was before the reprint. Like, do you think it's not, like, okay, if this version gets halfway through there, gets to 25 or 24, right? Where do you think this version is going to be? If one copy, you can get 1 copy for 24, and you get another copy. Once Ghost from the Past, the second haunting comes off the shelves. We stop being able to pull these cards effortlessly. What do you think is going to happen? So at the very least, grab and hold, but this could go to the moon really, really fast. Pay no attention to that. As far as non-Ghost from the Past is concerned, this is also another really good card, but it's a one of. Your opponent. I'm sorry, we're your opponent can activate effects. It's awakening the dragon target. Is this just a fun archetype? Is that what this is? Because I thought it had branded synergy, but I don't really think it does. You guys let me know. Our Dynamorphia is just so much fun to play. Your opponent's main phase. Pay half your life points to use summon 1 from your extra deck. Using only 1 monster in your deck, and 1 monster in your extra deck is material. When your opponent activates a card or effect while your life points are 2,000 or less. Oh, is this the, that had the same effect as this guy. It's like, I used to be able to keep track of all of the archetypes that exist in Yu-Gi-Oh! But, like, I lost, not like, I don't know, like, Sword Soul and, like, Prank Kids and Phantom Knights and, Branded Despia, but, like Crusadia, Cubics, Dinomorphia, Dino Mists, Dino Wrestlers, Evil Swords. Like, there's, it's just a lot. Just a lot of archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! So you guys let me know why you think this card is super popular. Maybe it's just because it's from Dimension Force. Let's take a look at this card real quick. Target one Despia monster creatures open. I don't really like. I like Necrofusion. I'm curious to see what this card is at. Cause this card is like, that's just pennies. It's like, I don't like trap cards that special summon. Like, there's a synchro card. I don't remember its exact name, but it's like when a synchro monster is targeted for attack, you can negate the attack, summon like tuners. Like, I don't know. There is a trap card though that allows you to synchro summon after using the trap card, and then there's obviously Tri-Brigade Revolt. But the reason why Tri-Brigade Revolt is good, like, Tri-Brigade Revolt is significantly worse if you're not summoning Shurik off of it. And there are some cards that are okay to summon off of Revolt, but you're really trying to summon Shurik off of it. And I understand, like, you can summon some really powerful monsters with Branded Banishment, but it's a trap. It's a trap card. Branded stuff, we already knew that was gonna happen. This card is starting to move up in price, so that's cool to see. So Dimension Force seems to be the biggest. Dimension Force and the Ghost in the Past 2 seem to be the biggest controllers of the market. So let's try to find someone who snuck their way in. So this is literally, because like this whole row is Ghost in the Past. And that's the thing too. When you're looking at a set's value, you don't want to look at the chase cards. You want to look at the cards that are, and we'll just do this. This will just, instead of looking, I was going to try to find another card that isn't from these two sets. I think it's just like Swap Frog. So what we're actually going to do, just take a look at this set real quick. And take a look at this set real quick. And here's where you got to think, like, yes, you want the chase cards. Who doesn't want Beyond the Pendulum? This is such a fantastic card to pull. Or this Therion card. Or Therion's going to be good? It probably looks like it if they're that expensive. But even this No Punk card. That's not important, though. We don't care about that. When I'm looking at a set's value, and maybe it's because I don't, like, I've always leaned more towards the budget side. I don't like wasting money on sets. These are the cards I'm looking at. Like, look, it was a pretty big drop off. Now, if we switch this to market, high to low, like, it's a pretty big drop off. So we're at, a lot of these cards are at 5, 6, and then all of a sudden it's at 5, and then all of a sudden it's at 2. Right? And so that's why I haven't really been the biggest fan of this set, right? But we look at this set and we stick to market high to low. This set's a little bit more interesting, right? Because and this set's different for 2 reasons. One, I mean, look at, there's value. There's more value here. Like, where's the $5 mark? So right here, this card's worth $10. And then it immediately drops to Halka Fibrex, which is like $4-ish, right? And $3. Okay, it's $2.98. Yeah, so it's $3, right? And immediately drops to $3, and then there's one card at $3, and then we're at $2 now, $2, $1, dollar, right? And if we go to the second page, still kind of holding the line, it's kind of like 50 cents as well, right? This is a 24-cent card. Ooh, Floanderies! Point that I'm trying to make. I think that this set has more value. I really do. Like, this could be a popular card going for the future, right? I see this card pop up a lot in lists. I don't really think it's that great of a card, but it could be, right? This card could get popular. This card could get popular, right? Ghost Trick's just got a whole bunch of new support. I like this set better because it had a lot of reprints, but not only that, it reminds me, first off, of the first Ghost in the Past, but also, like, of Dual Devastator. Like, all of these cards, like, they're just ultra rares. Right, and I know we all have those ultra rares, those Cypher Twin Raptor ultra rares, where you have 40 of them, and they're all bent a little bit, and they're all it's worth, like, the stack is worth $1. I understand that, but the biggest difference between Ghost in the Past 2 and Dimension Force is the chase cards. The chase cards from, as I already closed out of this, so we'll just reopen this back up. The chase cards from Dimension Force are good. Don't get me wrong. Right? Theron Monster. I mean, you got the Starlight Rares. I forgot they have Starlight Rares. Ghost Bell Starlight Rare. Theron Starlight Rares. I forgot about Starlight Rares. So I don't know. I myself, I haven't gotten a box or a pack, or even like I haven't gotten a display or a pack of Ghost in the Past or Dimension Force. And obviously you can't get just a pack of Ghost in the Past. But I haven't gotten any of that at all. I personally think Dimension Force, honestly, the way it's looking, I'm having a tough time. Like, gun to my head, I would say Ghost in the Past is more worth your investment. Just because, like I said, there's a lot of ultra rares. Chase cards feel like they're a little bit better. Like, yes, the Starlight rare version of Ghost Bell is worth $317.99. And then we look at the Ghost rare version of Dark Magician Girl is worth $329 or $330. So we're looking at a difference of, if we round up to 318 and there's a dollar shipping, so we just round up to 320. 320 versus 330 is $10, which when we're in the 300 marks, it's not that big of a deal. So I understand you could make the argument, right? You can make the argument that the chase cards from Dimension Force are just as good as the chase cards from Ghost in the Past, but they're not. I'm sorry. And I know these aren't penny stocks, but there's a reason why I'm talking about this. So it's like, there's been like, I think this is the list of sold cards. When we look at the sales history of Dark Magician Girl, like, this is why the set is better. And I know Dimension Force just came out, but this is why the set is better. And that's what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about the fact that the entire penny stock market watch is Ghost from the Past and Dimension Force, right? But the top 5 cards are all from Ghost from the Past, right? And you actually have to get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 before you get to Dimension Force, right? So I think the penny stock cards from Ghost in the Past are better, and I think the chase cards are better. That was why we were looking, even though we don't like talking about those big price cards, like at the end of the day, like obviously you're not going to go out and buy them, right? But if you you go to Walmart, you get just one box of Ghost in the Past, right? It's $10, $12, $15, or you go and buy one from TCG Player for 16 or whatever, and you pull a Dark Magician Girl, right? You're going to be more likely to sell that card than if you got 5 packs of Dimension Force, right? And you pulled the Starlight rare version of Ghost Bell. Like, good luck trying to sell that card. Because I don't see any reason why anybody would have that, but I could see a lot of reasons why someone would want to go, oh my gosh, you have the Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl. I've been looking for that my entire life. Oh my gosh, put it in a sleeve, put it in a frame the frame, and put it on my, counter or something like that. Right? So that's just where I'm at with Ghost in the Past too. But let me know what you guys think. What sets are you really looking at that have an insane amount of value? And when I'm talking about value, I'm not talking about the high-end value. We're talking about the penny stock values, right? Like cards like Christian Hako Fibrax, right? And what cards are you looking for as well? Let me know in those comments down below. Make sure you guys click that like button and that subscribe button to show your support for the channel. But most importantly of all, have a good day.